Hey everybody, Toby here, and I know I haven't posted a video for a long time. That's because I ran out of ideas. But I just got an idea for diagramming. That's coming up in a second. In the meanwhile, I've also thought of another video, and that will be published in a few days. So without further ado, let's take a look at some diagramming. Today I want to talk about diagramming. Microsoft Visio is a standard that you would use to create diagrams. We don't want to pay for it, so one alternative that's an offline alternative that you can use is called Dia. Dia is downloadable for free. We're going to use an online diagramming program called Lucid. You just go to lucid.app right there, see? And then you create an account which will allow you to get to this screen where you can create diagrams. As you can see, the screen is a bit cramped here. That's because what you see in these videos is going to be smaller than what you would see on the screen. What you would normally see on your screen is going to look like this. But in the video, you'll notice that it's really difficult to go ahead and read all the text that's in here. So I'm going to make it bigger, which makes it a little bit cramped. And so we'll just go down. So let's get into diagramming. You can see here that I have a bunch of diagrams for floor plans. I've got diagrams for rooms, walls here, different types of measurements. I can do doors and windows, stairs, desk, all this stuff for a floor plan. And you notice down here, what I have is an option for measurement units. And I'll show you why and how that works. Go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select one of these walls. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it onto my diagram. And you can see here, it's 25 feet. You can see on the screen that what I have is a 25-foot wall. What's interesting about this, see, I'm using units feet. I could go to meters and it'll tell me how long the wall is. Let's say with feet, since I'm in the United States. And what happens is, if you resize the wall, you'll notice that the length changes. So having this units is great if you're doing floor plans. Let's get rid of this. And what we're going to do is that we're going to notice that floor plans is really all I've got. So I need some more shapes. I'm going to click shapes. It's right here. And then what I'm going to find is that I have a window with lots of different types of shapes. And you could do network diagrams, all kinds of different stuff. You could do maps. Right now, what I want to demonstrate is a flow chart. So I'm going to do flow charts shapes. And now that I have those shapes in here, you can see here's my flow chart shapes. Now let's start with the terminator, that start or end. And then let's add a decision box. That's going to be, let's just go ahead and double click it. And we'll call this yes or no. Hit enter, and there we've got our yes or no. Again, using these boxes, we can go ahead and reshape it. We can make it longer, we can make it taller, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag it onto here. And now I have a line. And what I can do is use these ends, and it snaps to the shape. And the good thing about the snapping to the shape is if you move the shape around, the connection to the line, it stays there. So there I've used a line, but I think now what I want is an arrow. So I click here on this box, and what I see is different types of arrows that I could have. I like this arrow, and then what happens is when you draw, I'm just going to go ahead and connect these right away, and I did it backwards. You got an arrow. Let's go ahead and delete this arrow, and we'll do it this way. And now the arrow is pointing the way I want it to point. And it's snapped. You could snap it to lots of different places. I'm going to snap this one to the top. And then I'm just going to drag it over here. And now we have all our different stuff. I'm going to, if you double click, you can rename these things again. This is going to be start. And what I'm going to do is just say, you answered yes. You answered no. And there's our flow chart. Very simple, but you can get the idea. And you, again, move these around. They'll fine. I can do all kinds of things with them. I change the background color like that. I can change the fonts and all of that information. To do the fonts is right here, just like Word. And the last tool that I want to talk about is the text tool. I'm going to go ahead and drag the text over. I can put it anywhere I want. And I'm just going to double click now. And I've got some text. And this text, I can put it anywhere. And I can even connect it like that. And now the text goes everywhere, and when you print it, you won't see the lines around it, you'll just see the text. So there's what diagramming is. Here's a program that can do it for you. Again, there are lots of alternatives to pretty much any program. The other alternative that's really great to this is Dia. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Give it a try if you want to try an offline version. That's it for now, and make sure to like and subscribe down there and click that bell notification in order to get notified every time I upload a new video. All right, Toby out.